I'm Lynn, and this is... And here's what's happening at Ewetopia Farms today. Right now we're weaning the Dorsets. These girls are going to go over to the other barn now. That's right. Good boy. Stellar job, Ben. Not expecting any calls from this group.
But I only have 3 days to get this field off. Corn really needs heat. These disc bines work so well. They never get clogged up.
Let's get started. Right now we're weaning the Dorsets, the last group of Dorsets. And we're kind of doing it manually. We're throwing ewes out that door and lambs out this door and hoping that it all works. What? Okay, only 2 got in with the ewes. We'll separate them out shortly. We're going to put these ewe lambs, or these are ewes and rams. We're going to put them back in the barn now. So that means in here we don't need the creep area anymore. So he's going to take down all the panels. And then probably tomorrow or the next day we'll sort the rams from the ewes. And then we'll vaccinate this group, and then this group will be done. Okay, now we're going to move these ewes that are going to get sheared in a few days over to the other barn. So we have space in here. We've already sorted through these. We've taken out all the culls, and these girls are all good to stay. Although we did cull out a lot of old girls, there are still a lot of old girls left. Ones who had stellar records. Here come the rest of them. These girls are going to go over to the other barn now. Okay, come on, girls.
Walk down that way.
Well, I was trying to block from going over there. Come on, girlies. The adult Suffolks are usually a pleasure to move, except in the winter. They don't like the ice at all, but this time of year they're usually fantastic, but I don't want to jinx it.
Give him a chance to look at the door. Ben, don't push him too hard.
He's doing a good job. He's actually doing a good job. Go get those ones. That's right. Good boy. Stellar job, Ben. Stellar.
Not too hard, Ben. There you go.
Good boy. Good boy. Right now we just have to catch these 2 that escaped in with the mums. This is the pen where the Suffolks were that we just moved. Now we've got the Dorsets in here. There's a couple of Suffolks too. They were later. They're in here. And these guys are all eating dry hay in this barn now because they're going to be weaned. So we'll have a couple of days of screaming. We have to sort through these ewes because we have to look for culls. But in this group, again, I'm not expecting any cull ewes in here. We're gonna send them through the chute and read them anyway. But the only bottle babies in this pen were the triplets, and they're from the ewe with half an udder, Thelma and Louise's mom. And I think we're gonna keep her, even though she does have half an udder, because she's a pet. We know who she is, so when she has her lambs, we immediately will know that she's gonna have bottle babies. But she also throws really good lambs for us. So this is where we just use our heart a little bit more and let her stay. So I'm not expecting any culls from this group.
If hay's perfectly dry, it has that tobacco smell to it, a real nice smell to it. I call it like a cigar smell. It actually smells really good. That's first cut hay. Now drop it. But you can see they love it. See?
Oh, and look, we got some baby zucchinis already.
The baby zucchinis.
I'll be able to eat them soon. We're gonna have to start eating them fast because we know once they start.
Get them away.
Someone must have hit them.
Most of the time I can pick them up, but we're cutting hay today, and so this hay right here is the new seed that was seeded last fall, and about 8 feet in there is the new seed that was planted last spring. So I'll just turn. So you can see what happened. So there's the hay. It's only about 16 inches high, but we had a bunch of heavy thunderstorms. It actually bent the hay over. So the hay was a lot taller. Still a real nice feed. But in here, about 8 feet in, right here, this was the hay that was seeded down last spring. I think it's going to be a lot heavier. Still pretty happy with it. Pretty good, real good crop of hay, and the stubble's really good. I don't know if you can see it or not. In between here, really good stubble. So I'm thinking the second cut will be really good. But I'm happy with that right there. It's very cloudy today. Not much sun. But I only have 3 days to get this field off. And this alfalfa, I'll show you. It's going to be, I don't know if you can see it or not, it's going to be extremely hard to dry this stuff. We're not going to dry bale it. It's going to be all wrapped in plastic. But I still want to get it down to about a 40% moisture. And that's going to be difficult. Just want to show you this cornfield for a second. The corn actually looks really good, and there's a few weeds showing, but you can see the color of that corn there in the center? This corn is struggling, not so much with the water. This corn is struggling with the cold air. Right now it's in the teens. I'm not quite sure what temperature it is, and corn really needs heat. Corn's a drought plant. It wants heat and wants water. It's got the water, but it hasn't got the heat. But it's you can see it's a little stressed out today. But I'm confident in the next few days it'll start to warm up. It'll do a lot better. But I can see the color of that corn. It's under stress. But I'm sure it'll be fine. So yeah, just cutting hay today. Looking forward to get wrapping. This will be extremely good feed. Like, even that I got a little coarse on me. It's so much alfalfa and white clover in it. Like we don't test it. We actually should test the hay this year. We should test it. I'm gonna guess this is gonna test. Now you're gonna put me on the spot now. I'm going to guess this is going to test, since it got a little bit coarse, it's probably going to test about 18% probably. I'm going to guess in that range. And the reason why it's going to test a little bit lower is because all that fiber in it right there. That coarse fiber, that hay that's it's going to go to seed. But we should have, like I said, we should have went a little earlier. It is what it is. And we're still going to make the best of it. So, and we're cutting with a disc bind today. And it's actually got flares in it, like I spoke to you. So we're slashing the hay, and by slashing the hay, it actually dries out better. And if you didn't use the flares, or didn't have a hay binder, it would take longer to dry the hay. But anyways, I think I'm going to get moving and get cutting. So I'm cutting about 7 and I don't know if you can see that, about 7.5 miles an hour. That's about as fast as I'm going to go. Making really good time. This is one of my favorite jobs, I have to admit, of farming. And these disc binds work so well. They never get clogged up. They'll cut through pretty much anything. That machine there is about 35 years old. They've had it for a long time. Now this is called a hydro swing, and when I get to the end of the field, I can't show you what's going to happen, but I'm going to hit a hydraulic lever, and that whole machine is going to twist around, and we're going to go back in on the same side of the field. So we can cut the whole field down on the same side. Yeah, I can cut about 25 acres in about an hour and a half. So I'm going to shut this down. So we cut some hay today, and we, excuse me, we pulled all the ewes off these lambs. So now I'm just feeding them a little bit of creep feed in the manger. And they can have some alfalfa hay. So took all the mothers away tonight. They're going to probably scream all night long. And some people will probably say, what took you so long? But it'll be all over tomorrow. They don't look too upset. And they were plenty big. Like that lamb's over 100 pounds right there. These guys are all over 100 pounds. So the next job will be is tomorrow morning. As soon as you have a chance, I guess, we're going to pull all the rams out of the group and only leave the females. And then we can decide what male rams have a potential to stay back, and the rams that don't have the right qualities are going to go to another farm probably. So that's all the lambs there. These are two triplets right here. There's a female here somewhere too. These are the two males. So got a lot of work done today. And then we had 3 ewes that had late lambs, and we pulled them out of that group and we put them in this group with their babies. And right now they're having a good time. So these are all late lambs that we're just finishing off at the very end. I think there's 12 mothers in that pen here with a bunch of lambs. But they seem to be doing quite well. Really, it's really cold tonight, so. Anyways, almost done here. Got to put a little bit of creep feed in here. These guys are having a good time. I think they're pretty well half Suffolks and half Dorsets in this pen. So I'm just going to finish this off a little bit. So now the lambs aren't nursing off their mothers. They have to make sure they get enough water right over there. So I see them all drinking water. So in the next couple of days, we'll just check up to make sure everybody takes that transformation from away from their mothers, and they look fine. Yeah, these guys are having a good time. If lambs are doing that, you know they're pretty healthy. So these on the right side are all the sheep that go to the pasture. They come in for the night, and this is the group here that we just weaned off today, and the shearer doesn't want to shear them until they're weaned off for about a month. He says they're going to regrow the wool back a little bit, and it'll be a lot easier to shear. So they're just on dry hay right now. And we'll have to watch this bunch that nobody gets a blown up bag or anything, or a big quarter. So the next couple of days, we'll just kind of watch them and to make sure they're all okay. But yeah, there's probably 225 sheep in this barn right here, right now. So I think we got the shearer coming back in a couple days to do 100 other sheep, and then a month from now he'll come back and he'll finish off this group, and we'll be done shearing for the year. So they're going to be a little noisy tonight, probably, upset about the lambs, but they'll be okay. Don't you? Hey? They'll be okay. So I just gotta feed one more barn. Yeah, we've actually took a lot of sheep away, and the barns are still full. So, looking for a bottle, eh? Anyways, I gotta feed these a little bit, and then we'll call it a night. So these are all the ewe lambs. I'm still giving them a little bit of grain, but they're basically hey buddy, what are you doing? They're basically not getting a lot of grain right now. They're more or less just on a diet, second cut alfalfa. So, and we're gonna quite a few of these are sold, and then we're gonna pick through, and we'll keep some of the keepers back that we want to keep back, that we think it'll improve our flock. So this is just a every night routine I go through every night. Fed the cats, and so put that cat food away, and then we got a couple smart rams here. They can actually get the chute open, and then they can't get out. Now we got a table in here. Oh, they get. Yeah, they get. I probably should tie that door up. They're moving that door, and they're getting in here. We'll just let them out for a second. Okay, guys, come on. Move a little bit. Go on. Honestly, start eating a little bit, really. So we'll just, everybody's okay. So that's it for tonight. I'm gonna wash out a few bottles. Yeah, I'm thinking there's about 150 lambs in here, right? Two, I think, in this barn. But gotta start eating, buddy. You gotta start eating. No, you gotta start eating. Really, it's becoming a disorder now. And I quit cutting hay because it's so cold and so cloudy. Didn't think it was gonna dry very good at all. Come on, boys. I cut hay today. Didn't think it was drying very good. So I cut half that chunk of that field down. And tomorrow morning, if it's sunny out and the sun's up, I'm going to slip out in the morning and cut the rest down. Just takes me about 45 to an hour to cut the rest down. And supposedly bad weather on the weekend. So I hope we can get that picked up. It'll be anywhere from 150 to 200 bales come off that piece probably. And it's a lot of alfalfa, so it's not drying very good. And we'll see how that goes. So I think we'll call this a night. And we'll see you in the morning. And see what's happening. You can't believe how cold it is. Anyways, so long. Oh, I'm having a bad hair day or what?